Welcome sa zip9.com. In this video ay tutuloy natin ang ating series about calculus, no? And dito sa video na to ang pinag-uusapan natin ay properties of limits. So here, sa previous 3 videos, pinag-uusapan natin yung limit of a constant, limit of the identity function, tsaka sum and difference of the limit of sum and difference of functions. Dito, ang pag-uusapan natin is yung product, the limit of the product of functions. No? So, for example, sinasabi lang naman dito, if we have two functions, f of x and g of x, and the limit of f of x equals L as x approaches a, and the limit of g of x equals m as x approaches a, then the limit of f of x as x approaches a times the limit of g of x as x approaches a is equal to L times m. So basically, sinasabi lang nito na pwede ka mag-multiply ng limits ng function. So here we have two functions. We have f of x equals 4 and g of x equals x. No? So paano naman yun yung gagawin natin if limit of f of x as x approaches, we choose an x, for example, choose an x which is equal to negative 4, for example. So times the limit of g of x as x approaches negative 4. So ano pala mangyayari dito? So we know that the limit of, we know that f of x is equal to 4. So the limit of 4 as x approaches negative 4 times the limit of x as x approaches negative 4. This is a constant function. So, kung constant yan, lagi siyang, whatever the number here, yun ang limit natin, di ba? Pinag-aralan natin dun sa calculus 1.14. Tsaka sa 1.15, pinag-aralan natin yung constant, yung identity function. So, sa identity, kung ano man yung ina-approach na value, yun yung value din ng natin, yung limit natin. So, that's negative 4. So, sinasabi lang dito sa theorem nito na pwede natin i-multiply itong dalawa. So, this is equal to negative 16. Okay? So, another example. What about this is negative 8 tsaka x. No? So, the limit of f of x as x approaches, for example, negative, maybe positive naman, positive 5 times the limit of g of x as x approaches positive 5. Tandaan nyo pareho pareho dapat yung ina-approach kasi yun yung nasa theorem, no? Parehong A. So hindi ka pwedeng approaches 3 dito. No? Okay, so we have this is equal to, what is our f of x? The limit of negative 8 as x approaches 5 times the limit of x as x approaches 5. So this is a constant, and the limit of the constant is equal to the constant, so that's negative 8. And here the limit of the identity function, whatever the value here, is also the limit, so maging 5. And sabi ng theorem na to, we can multiply this, so negative 5 times 8 is negative 40. No? Okay, so yan yung ating examples ng multiplication of limits. No? So basically, because of this laws, the four law ako ng law, no? But because of the four theorems, the identity, the constant, the limit of the constant, limit of the identity function, the addition and subtraction, and here the multiplication, pwede na tayong mag-compute, no, ng, for example, what is the limit of 2x plus 5 as x approaches negative 2. So by addition, alam natin na pwede nating split ito, no, na magiging plus siya, no? So magiging limit of 2x as x approaches negative 2 plus the limit of 5 as x approaches negative 2. This is by addition. Yung addition, limit of addition and subtraction. Subtraction of functions, diba? The limit of, no, not addition but the sum. Limit of the sum, sorry. Limit of the sum and difference. Difference of two functions. Two or more functions. Okay? Tapos ito, pwede nating split yan dahil yan ay product, no? So this is limit of 2, no? As x approaches negative 2 times the limit of x as x approaches negative 2. And then copy natin to plus the limit of 5 as x approaches negative 2, which is equal to, pwede na natin compute to. This is by this is a constant function, so this is equal to 2, whatever the value here, and this is negative 2. This is a identity function, and again this is the constant function, which is equal to 5, whatever the value here. Okay, so by multiplication of by the product, no, the limit of product, pwede natin i-multiply ito and then plus 5. This is limit of product. I think dito na yan. And of course, pwede natin i-add negative 4 plus 5. Which is equal to 1. I think we just put 1 here. Kaya nagawa natin yan by limit of sum and difference. Okay? So, sabihin nyo bakit ang gulo-gulo, parang haba-haba ng proseso. Well, pinapakita lang natin later, hindi naman natin yan gagawin isa-isa. No? In fact, pwede na natin yan i-substitute diretso dito. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4 plus 5 is 1. Diretso na yan dito. Pero pinapakita natin kung saan galing, bakit natin pwede gawin yung proseso na yun. Later, isa-substitute lang natin yan diretso. No? So, don't be, huwag kayo mainip, no? Be patient dahil pag-aaralan natin yan. Pinapakita ko sa inyo isa-isa kung saan ang galing yung mga proseso, no? Para alam nyo. Later, mabilis na lang yan. Mabilis na lang mag-substitute. Okay, so maraming salamat. I'll see you in the next tutorial.